what does the way this is dressed tell you about where we are? We're at a train station, train subway station in San Francisco. How do we know? Literally the signs on the walls. They have the maps, the San Francisco maps of the train station. Okay, folks, this is California. You can see nothing to worry about this past there. But I was being wait for that to be behind. That's the ceiling is black. I'm just a picture car or a product that's not actually filled with gas. Should be. And clearly I am wrong. There's a problem. All right, folks, we've been wrong. They cheated. Remember, this is not an actual subway train station. So there is zero chance that a subway train will race straight towards us from the track on the opposite side. No chance whatsoever. If the subway... Okay, you're all wishing here. At least it's not flooding. Kind of elevating the whole horror franchise, the whole idea of horror films, going beyond the fictional creatures that backlot land. Or they turn nature into a scary monster. But there was one film that came out in 1975, 50 years ago, that turned an actual natural creature into a monster, and that was Jaws.
There is a creature alive today who has survived millions of years of evolution without change, without passion, and without logic. It lives to kill. A mindless eating machine. It will attack and devour anything. It is as if God created the devil, gave him jaws.
And oh my gosh, over there on the right-hand side, you can see my friend Steve. He's a guy, it looks like... Well, he surely had guts, and there they are. He was a good chump. Folks, please remain in your seats as we arrive at a safer spot, which I'm being told is only 30 feet down this dock, behind all these large barrels of gasoline. What could possibly go wrong? Alright, well, taking the dock, that's not good. Yeah, just put that anywhere. In case it wasn't warm enough for you. This summer, we're just going to have ourselves a little barbecue. Wait for stuff coming up on the right-hand side. Just so everyone is aware, that is exactly what sharks sound like in the wild. Big round of applause for Bruce the Shark, right there, who, as I said, turned 50 this year. I'm sure many people have seen Jaws. Show of hands, who's seen Jaws? Fantastic. Do you remember what kind of shark it was in the film? Great white. Is it great? Yes, it is incorrect. It was a mechanical shark, very much like the one we have here. Now, the difference between our shark and the three that Steven Spielberg used, ours works pretty much all the time. Steven Spielberg did not. Why? He violated one of the biggest codes of movie making. Anybody who knows the background of Jaws knows it was one of the most problematically played productions of all time. And that was because Steven Spielberg insisted on filming in the actual ocean. You do not want to film in nature. You cannot read the sun from the sun, the wind from blowing. You must respect the sea. You can't control the weather. You can control all those things here in the lot, even if we're in a sound stage. And we're going to demonstrate how we can. As we roll into Old Mexico, we're going to put on a weather demonstration. Thunder from speakers, lightning from strikes. strobe lights, and now going to make it rain using the highest of high-tech equipment known as sprinklers. That's it, just sprinklers shoot water in the air, falls there, breaks apart, and it looks like rain. Now we must backlight this effect while we film it, otherwise you will not see it appear on screen. Anybody who's a big sports fan, I'm sure you've seen a game where the announcer's saying it's really coming down here in Pittsburgh, and you look at the field and you don't see anything. Then they show the lights of the stadium, and in front of it's just monsters everywhere. Same thing here. But this way, we can turn the weather on or off when we want, make it as heavy or light as we need, isolate it to just one spot even if we're inside. It gives us the time to take that we need for production without the interference of the rain. It avoids disasters like that one. I guess we should turn the water up. Once again, all of you wishing beer on this. I am batting 1,000. Now I can see the worry in everyone's faces that we just waste a lot of water around here. We don't. 1,000 gallons of recycled water. Come back up the hill, going back to the giant tank, and wait the next tram trolley. It is used in film and television all the time. Here's what this looked like in the film Big Fat Liar, starring Paul Giamatti. Any Lady Gaga fans out there heard Judas video. That wave knocked her off her feet. This whole area of old Mexico here used in Nacho Libre, starring Jack Black, The Three Amigos, starring Chevy Chase, Steve Martin, and Martin Short, and it was also a marketplace in Peru for Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. And it is directly across the border from the most historic place here in our lot, the Old West, the area known as 6 Points. These are the oldest sets in our backlot, and most of them dating back to the silent film era. Some of Hollywood's most famous cowboys have moved on down these streets. Kirk Douglas, Clint Eastwood, the Duke himself, John Wayne, and Jimmy Stewart. However, many of you may recognize these sets from a much more recent film called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, directed by Quentin Tarantino. 45 minutes of the film took place right here in 6 Points, where they were filming in the film a television series called Lancer. So it was a production of a television series in the Old West, in a studio, in a film about the industry, very meta hat on the hat kind of thing. Over here, the white tents that you see where all those chairs, that's the audience waiting area for the points, right next to 6 Points. So that's where the audience will be held, and where we are passing by our mural here of our Universal Monsters. Give one good look. If anybody ever tells you graffiti is not art, you show them a picture of that. But the reason we're making our way back this way is because we are going to take a second pass at King Kong 360 3D seating. Very excited. We made the right choice in going back. He's already got a 3D glasses on, so the same rules will apply to these remaining machines. Please hang on tight, because there's going to be some bumping and bruising. Well, hopefully not bruising, but that's the whole reason the trolleys haven't been able to for quite some time. We're going to make our way up. I didn't see if we had a green light. If we do, we're going straight on in.